Hello and welcome to the first episode of a new series, Crusader Kings 2, Elder Kings. Now, I've told you a little bit about this in the ending of my last series in which I was playing Victoria 2. If you're here from the Paradox forums or subreddit, or just searched it on YouTube and already are familiar with Paradox games, you should already be well familiar with Crusader Kings 2. But if you came from my blog series or have otherwise never seen Crusader Kings 2 before, CK2 is another game from Paradox, like Victoria 2, although very different and profoundly different in focus. This game is in its base set during the Middle Ages, and it focuses on building a ruling dynasty in an atmosphere of medieval warfare and intrigue. And the emphasis is on dynasty. Rather than nations, you are playing as rulers and characters, and the emphasis is more on keeping your realm in the family than on the country as a whole. If your dynasty is extinct, it's game over, but your country will go on without you. Now, on the one hand, this isn't inaccurate. Being a head of state was a bit more like being a mob boss in the Middle Ages than being, say, a modern president. But on the other hand, it does take the emphasis away from some of the material things that, say, Victoria 2 focuses on. So, as a grand strategy game, its focus is on something fundamentally different. But we aren't even applying it to real history here, because this is the Elder Kings mod, which sets Crusader Kings 2 in the universe of the Elder Scrolls series. Now, the Elder Scrolls series is one that's always been very, very near and dear to my heart. It is by far my favorite game series, and the one that has had the biggest impact on my life in general, as corny as that sounds. I've talked about it at length elsewhere in more than one podcast, so I am not going to linger on that subject for too long. So, without further ado, let's go into the start screen and then see where we're starting from. This was a test game I had. We are going to begin from the earliest bookmark that we can, from the Interregnum. This is the period, for those familiar at all with Elder Scrolls lore, this is the period immediately after the end of the Second Empire of Men. After the last of the Akaviri potentates, the advisors who took over after Remen III was assassinated, Severian Chorak, was himself assassinated by the Morag Tong. The Second Cyrillic Empire ended, and the world and Tamriel fragmented into numerous kingdoms. So we're going to go with a custom game setup here. We're not going to choose any of those characters. We are going to be playing as a count in the Colovian estates. The Colovian estates being an independent kingdom in Western Cyrodiil that tended to establish itself during times of crises. It first appeared in the First Era in response to the religious tyranny of the Alessian Order, and it would appear again during the Interregnum, although it would end up being conquered by invading Reachmen from the north, as the barracks emperors would take over Cyrodiil. We are playing as one of the counts, one of the count-electors whose demesne makes up the Colovian estates. So we're not playing as the king of the Colovian estates themselves. We're not starting as a king. In part, I'm doing that because I was originally going to start as the kingdom of Skingran, but Joe Oblivion beat me to the punch on that one, so I'm going to play a game that's going to start a bit more subtle. I'm going to create a custom character who is going to have a lot of points in learning and is going to be a wizard, because magic in this game, as I hope to show you, is a little bit overpowered. I also want them to be good at, like, subtlety and diplomacy, so maybe martial skill will not be as emphasized as it has been for, as I tend to like to make it for a lot of characters. So, our goal here is to establish a dynasty that will eventually take over the elective monarchy of the Colovian estates, as a base to expand to take over all of Cyrodiil and eventually all of Tamriel. And yeah, after that, we're going to want to have to change. We're going to want to change the succession law in the Colovian estates to primogeniture, so it stays in our house. Meantime, here's our character creator. Oh man, this guy looks like Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right. Oh, anyway, I'm going to choose a coat of arms as well. You can do that. And I have a specific one in mind. See, this is a character who has a whose ambition, he does not hide it. He is aiming to make his restore the empire of Cyrodiil and of Tamriel. So we need a symbol that indicates this. Something heraldry should the symbolism in heraldry should be meaningful, and I'm kind of stalling and padding for time until I get to the symbol I want to get to. Should be getting there soon. There we go. In heraldic terms, gules, a massal argent. That is to say, a diamond outline, a white diamond outline on a red background. Or, as someone from Cyrodiil would see it, a red diamond outlined in white on a red field. Now, what this red diamond in the center symbolizes, if you know your Elder Scrolls, that is the Amulet of Kings. It is symbolically, ceremonially, and metaphysically important to being crowned Emperor of Cyrodiil. It was supposedly given to Alessia the Slave Queen at the advent of her rebellion against the Ayleid slavers, as a symbol of a sacred covenant to rule and to be independent from Akatosh, the dragon god of time. And the emperors of Cyrodiil would wear it around their necks, and it would be an integral part in the lighting of the dragon fires, which occurred at every coronation, and was used to keep invasions from oblivion at bay. So that's what the center diamond symbolizes. It is outlined in white to emphasize the sacred character of this covenant, as well as its renewal in blood, which is what the red field symbolizes. Just, I like to imagine an army of like soldiers holding shields with this blazoned on the front, and yeah, it would look fantastic. Now, some of you who watched my past playthrough might find the ambition to restore a once great empire that had fragmented into many pieces. They might find that familiar. So I think I should give him a somewhat familiar name, a name that is a variation on a theme. Theodore. That's a translation. Historical deep cut for those of you who were paying attention to my last Victoria 2 Let's Play. And as for the dynasty name, I'm going to go with Cassander. That's a good sounding one. So, yeah, I am going to choose some traits. Should be it should be a while. So hang on a moment. I'll place a cut here. Okay, so here I have decided on my traits. I've done a little bit of min-maxing, but a lot of it is entirely. But pretty much all of it is entirely justified for character reasons, except for scurvy. I gave him scurvy so I could knock a few years off of his age. For every trait or bit of stats that you give your character, they end up acquiring more years. So I want them to be fair. I wanted him to still be fairly youngish. So I'm gonna have to hope that he's fortunate. He's got a melodious voice. He's got a charm about him. But he has a club foot, and he is a physical coward. So he is not particularly great in battle. Um, Although his martial skill is slightly above average. He is a genius, and he is ambitious. So he's bright, and he knows what he wants. But his liege lord, the king of the Colovian estates, is going to be quite suspicious of him. Chose to make him bisexual because I figured seduction might be a useful focus, and I didn't want to limit myself as far as who a target could be. And he's quite perceptive of others. He's Now this I did not need to add at all, but and in fact it's harming me a little to have it in there. But um, I I wanted his parentage to be questionable, for him to be a legitimized bastard, because that would fit in with the theme of making him kind of an equivalent to Wadros. So yeah, that's what I'm deciding to go with. This is Count Theodore Cassander of the Colovian Highlands. We are aiming to take over the Colovian estates outright. So we're going to make our initial decisions right here, at least, for the game. So let's start. We're going to go for all the default settings. So the Nahatan flu is going to come to bite the world in the ass eventually, but not yet. All right, so let's look at the political map here, or the look at the duchies or kingdoms. There's the Colovian Highlands. That's us. There's Coral. There's the independent barony of Rondo. We might want to get to that one, or take it for ourselves rather. In the meantime, we have some important decisions to make. Recruiting a court physician would be a particularly important one. Although, hang on, let's see if we have someone who's suitable at the moment. The Prior of Stonedon. Yeah, he should do. And our designated regent. Somebody who doesn't hate me. If possible. Yeah, he should do. So we're going to need to fill our council. Now, the council votes on important law changes. At the moment, with our current council laws, yeah, we basically anything we plan to do, we've got to run through them. So if we want to be able to play this game more effectively, we're going to have to get as much of the power as possible back in our hands exclusively. And in order to do that, we're going to need to get involved in some petty court politics and cajole them into giving their power to us. That's going to take quite a long time. Probably it's going to take several characters worth. In any case, Prior Penundus, I can already see is better suited to be my magister than he is my chancellor. But apparently, I can't switch his seats just yet. Oh boy, is that really the best martial character I've got. Sure, I'll go with her. As for my steward, yeah, the designated regent. And he should, yeah, 18, that's a good spy master. Now, Penix of Cyrodiil. Now, let's see, can I change council position? Do it. I had something else in mind. Yep, he should be my magister. So I'm going to appoint a new chancellor. Yeah, Crotus. And we can get them to do various things. Could get them to fabricate on Kvatch or on a neighbor. How do these counts and countesses feel about me? They appear to be basically neutral to me. Except Andoric, who hates me. Huron, who, weirdly enough, seems to like me better than anyone else, even though I'm ambitious and am clearly going to attempt to overthrow him at some point. Let's seek treatment for my illness. I'm pretty sure this mod has installed various ways to nerf illness treatment of various sorts. Let's have him research culture tech for the moment. And you can... scheme in order to keep people from trying to do shit to me, and they can collect taxes. And she can train troops. As far as Crotus, you know, let's make ourselves a little bit more powerful outside the direct realm. Try and make ourselves into a super count, a count who holds 2 counties. And additionally, because it's going to take a while to build favor among the other counselors. So we are going to, I'm going to have him, fabricate claims in Lynchel. I can look at the minor titles here. Let's see what I can grant. He can be that as well. Karstov appears to have a claim on my county. So I should probably plot to kill him, and then eventually I'm going to need to get my spy master to actually change what he's doing to increase the strength of my plot. Can I invite anyone to this plot? No, not at the moment. But he is a threat to my rule, so I'm going to have to get him out of the way. And for succession to the Colovian estates, I'm going to nominate me. I am not, at the moment, married. Prior of Honor's Rest. Where is that? Yeah, that's outside my court, so I don't think she would come here, is the thing. Yeah, none of them appear to be of noble birth, but so yeah, who can I get married to? The Invoker, and she's in Bravel. I need to look into characters I can invite to court. Yeah, I don't think any of them would come here because they have. The thing is, marrying characters who are, well, I could marry the Countess of Ash. Well, she'd probably say no. Yeah, she would. Unless, I wonder if I could pick a seduction focus. If nothing else, could always have a bastard, or at least have a what might even be better is have someone who could support my any factions I would intend to join that would make me the heir or make me the king of the Colovian estates. So, let's pick as my focus seduction. For my ambition, because you need to pick that or you'll lose prestige, I'll go with the one that I'm pretty sure is going to happen immediately. Because I'm one of the more powerful vassals in the realm, I believe King Huron is going to, as a matter of course, name me to his council. So I will choose that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like where I'm going with this. Yeah, I think that, you know, what's the worst that could happen? It's not like she's married, so technically there's nothing scandalous about it. Technically. Yeah, because yeah, the problem with all of the characters on the list that are marryable for me is that they all hold titles and cannot come to my court because they are outside of my domain. So yeah, I'm going to have to find someone in Diplo range that I can invite to court. Or somebody in my court. At present, the only one available appears to be my Marshal Karelia, which is not ideal. So I'm gonna wait and see how this pans out. Open my spell book for a bit. I'm not. I don't think I necessarily need it in order to. All right, so this will start the seduction quest line. So yeah, this is what this is. And now I'm going to immediately fulfill my ambition. He's going to offer to make me his steward, and I will accept. So I'm going to have to choose another ambition immediately. Yep, so I've just gained like some prestige and stuff. So my ambition now is... I'm going to try to acquire a title. Anyway, let's see if I can move my Spymaster. No, not yet. Let's see, can I add anyone to the plot? Well, I can bribe Secundius into doing it. So now he will join me in the plot to kill Cassander, the guy who would be a threat to my rule. And I will send him a gift as well. So they will join the plot. It's not going to be great plot strength to start with, but it is a start. I'm going to have to get rid of him somehow. in the meantime. All right, here's the treatment. Yeah, I think this one might be guaranteed to fail. Let's take a look and see. Well, it's fortified my health, so it's taken away the worst of the effects. I should be able to, at least in the within a couple years, be able to remove it myself, because remember, Count Theodore is a wizard. Okay, yeah. Plot strength is going to be about 122. That sounds good, but it's not really that great. Yeah, I can't pay anyone to do it just yet. Requesting council support from Ilnori. I may want to join a faction eventually at some point. That's something else you can... That's one of the many other things you can do in this game. You can do tons of stuff. Please support me by voting with me in the council. If you agree to do this for me, I will henceforth owe you a favor. Count Ilnori of Coral. It's good to have people owe you favors, particularly when you want to be playing in a subtle manner, as I do. So I will accept. Conquest by rumor. Some carefully placed words where they can easily be overheard by notorious gossips can be more effective than a love letter. Or so I thought, but my quarry, Countess Alexa, has not responded in any way. I need another tactic. I am apparently to stay away forever. So, yeah, her opinion of me is not going to be great for a while. So, yeah, that didn't work out. But I think this I think this failure has helped to demonstrate some of the basics of this game. We're gonna be having 2 videos today, so don't or at least 2 early videos, a video today and one the day after. So yeah, I think that is a nice starting point to leave off, a nice introduction to the basic gameplay of Crusader Kings 2. We'll sink our teeth into more of the meat of the game in next video. But until then, I have been Maricati, you have been you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.